it up, then run it back. Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, then run it back.
Hello, friends. Happy Friday. Wait. Yes. God, I had to think about it. That's terrifying. Welcome to Run It Back, Boogie Cousins, Lou Will, Chandler P. My name is Michelle Beadle. Where are you going, Lou? Did you just get taller?
I look tall, so I was adjusting. There we go.
I need one of those shirts, Lou, because that is the definition of Chandler Parsons right now.
Yeah, what is that
Shout
shirt
out
about?
my good people over at Watch Dads. Yeah.
Watch Dads. That's actually really good. Guys, we got a preview to do today. We also have Isiah Thomas, OG, coming back on the show. I can't wait to hear what he has to say. But we do have a bit of a partido, if you will, mañana. Spurs down 3-1. We know. We'll be here in San Antonio for Game 5. Is it possible for the Spurs to come back? And it's not just that they come back because they lost a game. I'm more talking, Chandler, about how they lost the game. Like, how difficult or possible is it that they come back from that?
That was a devastating loss. Honestly, all 4 games, like, what do you tell a team to do differently when you've had a 10-point double-digit lead in all 4 of the games that you've smoked 3 of those? So I think mentally that's going to take a toll on them, but I think we're going to see a lot about them and how much they can kind of move forward after blowing the 29-point lead in the last game. It's going to be tough. Is it possible? Sure. I think they have enough talent. I think they are the more talented team, but they are making some mental mistakes. Their inexperience is just glaring. But the talent is there. And like I said, they have done enough in every single game to put themselves in position to win those games. They just haven't closed them out. They haven't been, careful with the ball. They've had some costly turnovers and just a lot of empty possessions that they didn't have in the first 3 quarters that they somehow continue to have in the fourth quarter. So is it possible? Yes, we've seen the talent on display. We've seen the way that they can dominate this Knicks team for 3 quarters. They just have to find a way to figure out to do it for 48 minutes, and they have yet to do that. But is it possible? For sure. Is it a tall task? Yes, because as we've seen, the Knicks aren't going to give up. They're never going to stop, and this is going to be a hard team to beat one more time, let alone 3 more times. So is it possible? Yes. Would I bet on it? Probably not.
No, don't say that. You'll bet on anything.
I think they bounced back Game 5, but I think the series is over. We're still yet to see the New York Knicks put together 4 complete quarters, and they've shown if they're close, if they stay in this ball game, they got enough talent and they got enough confidence to get over the hump and beat this team. They've shown that already. Now, the first team that's going to play 4 quarters is going to put themselves in a different direction. Obviously, the Knicks are 1 game away from winning the championship. The San Antonio Spurs, they got some real work to do if they even want to make this thing interesting. I think Game 5 on their court, from everything that they've learned, from all the inexperience that they've encountered, I think they shore up some of those things and they give themselves a better opportunity. I think the Knicks finish it on their home court, Madison Square Garden, in Game 6. I'm going to give the Spurs the edge in 5 from everything that they've learned. But like I said, neither one of these teams have put together a complete game yet. The first team that decides they're going to play from the first quarter to the fourth and keep limit turnovers, shoot the ball well, and be able to defend for 4 quarters, they put themselves in a better position. I think the Spurs do that in Game 5. I think the Knicks close it out in 6. So is it over? I don't think it's over as of yet, but I think the task is too tall for the Spurs to get this thing to go 7 at this point.
Yeah, I think you both made valid points, but I think the biggest thing is, well, to answer the question first, I don't think the Spurs have a chance as of now. I'd say they chunked this season up to just inexperience. This is a learning curve for everybody involved when it comes to this Spurs group. Do they have the talent? Obviously they do. They've shown that they can create a lead in each game that they played in. It's just about figuring out how to close out these games. That's the next steps for this young Spurs team. They're playing a very resilient team in this Knicks group. Lou made an incredible point saying neither team has been able to put together 4 quarters. But as of now, the team that's the best in the fourth quarter is usually the one closing out the games, and that's been the Knicks so far. So, with the way things are going, with the back and forth in this series, the way the Spurs have continued to kind of make the same mistakes down the stretch, I don't see that changing in the next 3 games for them to win to overcome this Knicks group. I just don't see that happening realistically. But like I said, you chunk this up to inexperience, a learning season for everybody involved. incredible season for the Spurs, but I just don't think that's possible with the way that they haven't figured out how to close out games yet. So as of right now, I would say they don't have a chance.
I think they just have to look at it like a 3-game series, right? Like that's all it is. Sure. As hard as it's going to be, you have to block out the first 4 games, what's happened, those comebacks. And not, again, that's going to be very hard to forget what just happened in the last game. But at the end of the day,
easy.
It's a 3-game series and we have home court. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm telling to the guys. Like we've already beat them on their floor.
They lost the first 2 games at home. Like,
you're yet to win a game on that court though.
And did you see the ticket sales? It's like it's going to be half New York tomorrow, if not more.
I understand that. I'm just saying that's all I can tell my guys is, look, we do have home court advantage, and we've already beat them in MSG, which is where Game 6 is. So, like, there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Do I need to go to the Knicks hotel?
I can't fight that, but again, they haven't won a game on their floor, and we made it a big deal about inexperience. We made it a big deal about the mistakes that they made. Like at this point, you drop a 29-point lead. I don't know where the morale is. Obviously, I'm not in the locker room, but if I've dropped a double-digit lead 4 straight games, and the last game was up damn near 30 ball, and I ain't win that one, I'm trying to figure out what do I say positive? What direction do I go in to get this team going? Obviously, that's the best way to go about it, Chandler. 1 game at a time. 2 of these are on our home floor, and we've won in Madison Square Garden. We got a shot. But at some point, when you go home and you look at the mirror, you got to be real with yourself. Like, I don't know which way is up at this point. But to your point, the only thing they can do is go out, be positive, try to give themselves an opportunity to play the best basketball they can for 48 minutes at a time.
It's so true, though, too. Like, at what point when they're up 12 in the fourth quarter tomorrow and Jalen Brunson makes 2 buckets, that they naturally going to think, oh, shit, here we go again. Yeah. Like, that's going to seep into their heads again. And for such a young team with no experience at this stage of the NBA Finals, like, I think that's natural. That's going to happen. But, again, you got to look on the bright side and glass half full. Like, we have been up double digits in every single game. They fully probably still think they are better than this team, whether that's inexperience, whether that's blowing leads, whether that's fourth quarters, like whatever. They've done enough to win every single game. So at least you have that confidence going in. You just got to close out the damn game.
What does glass half full feel like? Anybody here? No, describe that to me. What is that feeling?
Like I ain't thirsty, but I could use a little bit more, but I'm in good shape. You know?
Yeah, like it's not half empty. Like I still got a lot left.
Yeah, it looks like it's half empty. It's weird. By the way, beautiful. Everybody, Chandler wants us to see his pretty coffee tonight. So somebody say something nice about his pretty coffee.
What did you say?
I think he's in a commercial.
It is a beautiful looking latte.
It is. It looks profesh. The flagrant situation.
Thank God he doesn't have ice in it this time.
I know,
by the way, how about him not having ice in it when we're not in studio? Like that's how much sense he makes at all. The flagrant. Let's talk about it because Wemby is now on thin ice. If he gets another one, he is out for the next game. Now, there's obviously a feeling tonight of this is it. Everything goes. Do whatever you got to do, yada, yada. But there's also that sort of in the back of your mind, like, no, because if we win this game, we do need him for the next one. If I'm New York, Lou,
honestly,
don't I go out? Like, don't I do this immediately?
So hold up. Let's get this out. So
here we go.
What we gonna do now, fellas? What we gonna do now?
That's weak, Lou. That looks like an accident.
That shit was so
It was
soft.
an accident. He tapped him on the back. Like, sorry.
I just wanted to get Boogie blood pressure up real quick.
I know what you're doing this morning, Lou.
The Nas Reed one, fine. That was dirty.
Maybe.
I can't say it was dirty.
Yeah, but look, if I'm the Knicks, I got a guy one flagrant away from being out of this series. That gives me a way better shot to win this championship. Now I'm gonna fight a little bit. Now I got good credit. Now I want to fight. Now I want to get them going. So if I'm the New York Knicks, I'm coming out with a physical game plan. I'm going to make Wemby work for everything that he wants on the offensive end. Defensively, we're going to make him rotate and play safety and do everything that we need him to do. But at any opportunity that we get to get tangled up with him and get some confusion going, I'm doing it. If I'm Mitchell Robinson, I'm doing it. Alvarado, I'm attacking his legs. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be a pest. And you got to have some of that from your starting guys, too. You know, I seen Draymond Green make a point
There it is.
about the
Oh, I
Knicks,
thought.
about the Knicks not doing anything when Jalen Brunson got shoved. At some point, somebody got to stand in the gaps. What better opportunity and time to do that is when you got a guy one flagrant point away from being out of this series. So now is the time to really check and see if they crazy, to really check and see if they tough or if they want to get physical like they say. It's kind of it's kind of ambulance chasing, knowing that you're trying to provoke somebody into doing something that they probably naturally wouldn't do. But hey, it's basketball and we're trying to win a championship. Everything is on the table at this point.
I got a question, man. We talk about unethical basketball time as far as foul bait. So flagrant baiting isn't the same type deal.
Oh, it's unethical.
I could argue that was a flop, honestly.
Is this
That's
not
been
the
around
same?
longer than foul baiting, though. That's been around longer than everything.
If we're trying to bait people into getting flagrant fouls, is that not the same as foul baiting?
I think it's worse, actually.
I would agree, but
yeah.
I'm glad Lou spoke. We now see the thought process of these small guards in the league.
The true colors.
I'm glad you spoke the way you spoke, Lou. Now people are understanding what us big men go through when it comes to dealing with these small guards. They're baiting. They're trying to get in our heads. They want us upset. They're doing everything besides matching up and playing basketball.
We can't beat you, Boogie. Y'all are giant. We can't fight you. We gotta do something to make. We gotta do something to make the playing field, bro. We can't fight y'all.
How y'all think now. I'm just glad we know how y'all think now, Lou. But to answer the question,
traditionally, the people that fight and bait people is the bigs, though. This is not a small man's thing. This is a big man thing. Y'all do all the bait.
I don't know about that.
That little squabble, every squabble we done seen Wemby in, with the exception of the Jalen Brunson one, he's attacking another big.
It's true. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, there's some truth in that. Yeah, I can say that. But if I'm the Knicks, I don't think it's really necessary. I mean, I don't think it's out of question. But they've shown that they can beat this team with Wemby on the floor, with Wemby off the floor. So as far as going out your way to try to get them another flagrant and all those other things, I don't think it's really necessary. Is it a possibility? Yes. We don't really know how this game is going to go. It may get to a situation to where, the Spurs are playing lights out again. The Knicks may feel like their backs are against the wall. So that may be a strategy that comes out at a certain point. But I don't think that's at the forefront of their minds as far as let's go out here, let's get Wemby thrown out this game. This isn't really a guy that's shown that he'll go out his way to be thrown out of game. He's pretty mature for his age. He's done a great job in these moments. As far as, some dust-ups happening, that's basketball. I think that's a part of the game. You
started all of them, though, Boogie.
Well.
So I run it. So I run it down. Come on, let's get into it. I run it down.
Look, we can't keep going back and forth. All right, let's go. Shoot. What you got for me?
He sent Biyombo after somebody. He done sent Plumlee after somebody. He sent Cornette after somebody.
He ain't sent Cornette
hold
after
up.
nobody.
He do his own dirty work. He get his hands dirty. He done went after Bronson.
If anything, Cornette wrote a letter to somebody.
Who did he shoulder? Was that
Cornette's on his own?
Yeah, was that Caruso? He shouldered. He done did that. Now he done.
He's got some priors.
He done elbowed. He done elbowed Nas Reed. Now at this point, he's all out of credit. You all out of credit. So ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Yes, I'm gonna provoke you now. You got no more credit
crazy.
Now.
A lot of this stuff is starting to come full circle for me, and now I see how I was viewed as a player.
This is therapy. This is therapy for Boogie.
This is extreme. The way I played basketball, as physical as I was, no wonder y'all thought I was a monster on the floor.
I told you, I'm with it. I'm with it. But the charges are the charges. I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm down.
For me, when I sit here and watch this dude play, I can't fix my mouth to say this guy's dirty or he's overly physical. I'm sitting here watching a kid get pushed around, shoved around, thrown around. And when he finally gets enough of it, he stands up for himself, and then he gets the label of being dirty. Like, we're just ignoring everything that's happening. For the record,
Boogie, I've never heard dirty on your name. Now, I done heard crazy. I done heard want to fight. I never heard dirty on your name, though, just to be clear. I never heard dirty on your name.
My thing is, these type of elbows, these type of, ill-advised actions, I don't take this as him doing these things maliciously. Now Nas Reed, I think that was on purpose, but I think that was a frustration play. I think all
Brunson
athletes have them.
on purpose.
I still can't sit here and be like, man, I think this dude is dirty, or I think he can't control himself. None of these type of thoughts come in my mind. I think when I see things like that, I think of that as just big man being big man.
I feel
he might not be dirty, but now he's got fire.
I'm just saying he's trending in the wrong direction.
Which is whatever.
Guys,
but do we not remember how
watch list.
Shaquille O'Neal played basketball? Like,
no, nobody remembers that. Actually, that's the problem. I think. By the way, I heard Charles Oakley this morning talking about
when we think of big men in the NBA. I don't want a soft big man. I want a guy. Alonzo Mourning through elbows, Dikembe elbows, Shaq elbows. What are we talking about?
Oh God!
And you know what?
Stand that
and
word.
when you talk about all them guys you just mentioned, when they highlight reel come up, they throwing hands with somebody in the highlight reel.
Yes.
They got their hands
we want
up.
that.
But none of them are labeled dirty or anything.
I'm okay with it, but call it how we call it. I'm sorry, we got a legend on the other end. My bad. Let's go.
Yeah, no, time out, because he might have some opinions he'd like to share as well. Unfortunately, Boogie, he's not a big man, so I don't know what side he's going to fall on.
Yeah, but
on the other side,
No, Zeke
we're coming back with the OG.
Too. You know, we see him throw his hands too.
He's coming. Isiah Thomas is back.
Run it up, run it back, run it up, run it back.
Isiah Thomas, a small, compact package. Sweet as can be.
If you really got game, then they might say your name in the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
He is back. 12-time All-Star Isiah Thomas is with us. Good day, sir. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Fan-freaking-tastic. We hope. We'll see. We got 24 hours till that. You know what, Isaiah? We're going to start. We got to start with how we ended. Yeah. Yes.
I don't want an ethical big man. I'm with Boogie.
I knew you weren't going to like that.
Straight hard with Boogie.
There you go.
Yeah, can we talk about this?
I'm
Like
not mad at that
the
at
idea that
all.
Wemby's dirty. Like, what do you think when you hear dirty and Wemby?
Excuse me when I say this, and I don't know if I could swear a little bit on this, but
Let it rip.
Wemby has been the victim of some of the dirtiest shit ever. Right? I mean, people are grabbing and holding him. I mean, Shaq took more abuse in our league than any NBA player probably that's ever played. You know, the term hack a Shaq, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means you get to hit him, foul him, and they labeled it's okay to hack a Shaq, right? Now, as a person, it ain't never okay to hit me and foul me hard. I'm not taking that shit, right? Shaq's demeanor was, okay, he took it. Now with Wemby, we're allowing people to grab him, hold him, knock him down. I mean, they literally got him like locked up like this. Now, his demeanor, you know, they lucky he hasn't turned around and popped one of them in the face real quick because, you know, big men, normally you don't get to be this aggressive with them without them having the ability to retaliate back, hold their temper and all of that. I give Shaq the most credit of any NBA player who's ever played because he was able to control it a little bit, but then when it got out of control, he let you know because he would put his hands on you. Wemby ain't put his hands on nobody yet. You know, he mushed Jalen, Brunson in the face.
Yeah, he did.
But, lucky for us little guys, the big guys, they'll just mush us in the face. They won't hit us in the face. So, I give Wemby a lot of credit for his temperament right now. And also, Lou, I'm going to say this to you. We in the club, some shit break out. You want Boogie with you or you want some mild-mannered,
10 times out of 10, I want
Boogie. You want
Boogie.
a big man with you.
No,
Who you want?
No, I want Boogie with me. That's a fact.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But this the point
I would have won a lot of.
Wemby.
We would have won a lot of games with Boogie. But I'd have won some more championships.
Yeah. This is my thing about it because I keep saying I'm with it. I'm with all the physicality. I'm with I love it. Only thing I'm saying is we're trying to keep having a conversation like our eyes are failing us. I'm watching him go seek out some of this information, some of this physicality that he giving out. I'm watching him go put his shoulder in somebody, elbow somebody, push Jalen Brunson with two hands. And all I'm saying is, stop acting like he's just all peace. He's not all peace. He wants some smoke, and I'm okay with that. Let's just be okay with him wanting some smoke. That's the point I'm trying to make. That's all.
And my question to you, Lou, is coming into the playoffs. Let's not even say coming into the playoffs. The conference finals and on. What was the game plan against Wemby?
To be physical. I'm with you.
Oh, now that he reacts, that's the talking point? We're just going to ignore what the original game plan was.
It's not that he's reacting. It's not that he's reacting, Boogie. You tried to make a point. The Jalen Brunson thing was because Jalen Brunson's standing there holding his jersey. So you get to mush me with two hands because I'm holding your jersey?
No, that's not the point I made. I said it's been a build-up.
In transition, Caruso standing his ground, not provoking you. You run, you go out of your way, you putting your shoulder down. Nas Reed, they trying to hold you up for a jump ball.
Conference finals. That was the whole game plan.
And I'm okay with that.
Listen, you can't sit here and say,
I want his opinion on it, because again, some of these things you can say it's basketball, it's physicality. Some of it is unprovoked. At some point, you just got to call a spade a spade.
All of it. We just watched Jose Alvarado, whatever his damn name is. We just watched him leg tackle Wemby in the middle of a game, and we're sitting here saying that's basketball.
Charge him for it. That's what I'm saying. We gonna charge Alvarado. We gonna charge Hart. But when they come to Wemby, he's defending himself. Charge everybody.
But when Wemby reacts, he's dirty.
We not gonna not charge him because he go study with the monks. No, he physical too.
Isaiah, this has been going on for days.
Why are we cheering on Jose? But we're not cheering on Wemby. When Jose. So you mean to tell me tackling the guy's leg is basketball?
Put them all in the same pot to me, Boogie. That's all I'm saying.
I just want to be on the record. I am with Jose Alvarado. I'm like physical basketball go both ways, right? And when you talk about being physical, we can't say, oh, this is good and this is bad.
Exactly.
If everyone gets to play by the same rules, the same consistency, the same officiating, that's what we're looking for. So, and again, I'm gonna give the big guys a whole lot of credit in this league historically, because they have always been a little lenient with us as small men, Lou. Whenever we try to get physical with them, they kind of laugh it off like, oh, little boy, get on out of here, right? But when they get to be physical with each other, the big men, that's a totally different game. And that's a game that little people, we can't really get in, right? And I just think that when we talk about physicality, can you play through the physicality? Can you execute through the physicality? Can you score and get buckets through the physicality? That's what makes it great competition. But when you got to lay back, can't be physical, and then you can't score, that's when it makes it ugly.
100%. Let's switch lanes here a little bit, OG. We're in the middle of the finals right now. We just watched a historic meltdown by the Spurs with a 29-point lead being lost. What was your reaction watching that game?
As a basketball purist, right? I was happy to see the Knicks come back and win the game. I was terribly upset the way San Antonio played with a 29-point lead and lost. So the purist in me was like, how could you continuously keep coming down, jacking up threes, missing them when you got a lead like this? You got the tallest guy in the league, and you won't put him under the basket and break momentum, get to the foul line, score a basket. So I think all of us in the basketball community, we were, not only were we shocked, but we were, we felt some kind of way about, we won the Knicks, it was glorious, But I think we all felt some kind of way watching what we saw with San Antonio just blow a lead like that, an historical, meltdown that we've never seen before in a game. So, there was some kind of, anger and emotion about that too. Like, how could you keep doing the same, they've been called dumb or stupid for playing that way. And those are the only things that you can really say, for the way that they played with that lead. Being up 29, folding like that, historically watching a meltdown, but also historically watching a comeback, I think all of us in the basketball world were torn by it.
Yeah.
Well said.
How much of that blame do you put on De'Aaron Fox for the end of the game? And if you're the leader of this team, what's your message after that mistake?
So I just don't put the blame on him. I'm going to also put the blame on this current basketball community that believes in analytics and a three-point shot is better than a two-point shot. Because what we saw in the first half is the three was going down. Great, look good, okay. Now the second half, you missing the three, but you don't change. So it's like the baseball player trying to hit a home run, but he got 30 strikeouts. He hit one home run and we say that's good, but he struck out like 30 times and everybody else get to come back and, win the baseball game because he keeps striking out. That's what we saw with San Antonio. They kept missing. Consequently, the Knicks get in the game. So I don't necessarily just put the blame on the players. I put the blame now on the whole basketball analytic community that has forced, players to play just one way, think one way, act one way, be one way. So we see these crazy swings in the game that allows for this to happen. So do I blame it on Fox? No, I blame it on the basketball community for allowing this to continue. And this is what we saw. Now, from a coaching standpoint, I think the coaches on that bench should have had enough, gravitas to be like, hey, timeout. What the hell y'all doing? Slow it down. Stop taking these crazy shots. Now we got to communicate because your team's out of control.
Yeah, so let me ask you this then, Zeke. 4 double-digit leads. You're coming off a devastating 29-point comeback. If you're coaching the Spurs, what's your message to this team going into Game 5?
Well, your belief is shaken now. And here's why, because you've had double-digit leads in every single game. Now there's a pattern that has occurred, and all of you know as former players, the pattern is, hey, this team will give up big leads. So if they get up 20 on you, they get up, 30 on you, in the huddle, and as players competing against them, we are saying, hey, man, don't worry about that. They will blow a lead. They will do something stupid to give us back the game, right? So we don't worry about San Antonio now getting big leads because the pattern from 1, 2, 3 to 4 has shown that this team will give up a big lead. So as a coach, you got to come in and try to figure out how do you get your team to stay confident because they've given up these big leads. They've lost in a historical fashion. Now, how do you get them to continue to believe that what they're doing is successful when they're down 3-1? So your belief system right now is really shaky, and that coach has got to be able to instill belief back into those players.
100%. It'll be interesting to see how such a young team bounces back from that. But on the Knicks side, Isaiah Cat was great the first 2 games. A lot of talk that he was the best player on the floor. Now it kind of shifted to OG. Jalen Brunson hasn't been very efficient. Who would be your finals MVP pick right now?
You got to say OG is the pick. I mean, he's been the most consistent, best player on both teams. And when I say consistent, right, when you look at, what he's shooting, how he's playing, what he's doing when he's out on the floor, he's been the man. Now, I would say Brunson. I would go Brunson after that. And then, if we're talking Knicks, I'm going OG Brunson Cat. And why Brunson to me is second is because, and this is where the analytics get you all screwed up, right? Oh, well, he's only shooting 33% from the field and he's got, 23%. And then you go to that other column and you say, damn, is little fella averaging like 29 points in this series? Wait.
Yeah.
Time out, right? He's averaging, is it 28 or 29? He just dropped to 35. And I think before that, he was averaging 27. But you're going to talk to me about, well, he's only shooting 32% from the field and 23% from the
Yeah.
But the MF is averaging 30 in the series. Lou Will.
Yeah, I don't care how many shots. I don't care if he's taking 27 shots. He's putting up 30 a game.
What are we doing here? What are we talking about? Right? So, and the defense is geared towards stopping him. Every defensive possession, they trying to stop Brunson from scoring, and he's getting off at his size, doing it, left hand, right hand, three-point shot. They're giving you everything you want, but yet you talking about, well, you're shooting 32%, 20%. And then you go to that other column, and he's averaging 29.
Well, analytically, OG, the Spurs swept.
Shut up, Chandler. Shut up.
Go ahead on, man. Analytically, what?
Analytically, the series is over.
Hey, Zeke, let me ask you this question though, because a lot has been said about small guards. A small guard-led team can't win a championship, so on and so forth. I made the argument that Jalen Brunson is considered a small guard. In your definition, where does it stop? Is it 6'3" and under? What is considered a small guard in your opinion?
I want to be 6'3", so I'm gonna say 6'3" and under, right? Okay. And here's where it separates. Curry did it at 6'3", more or less shooting, scoring. Brunson and I, if Brunson becomes a champion, right, we did it scoring and assisting, right? And I take Magic and I put him in the freak category at 6'9", because, that, and then he had Kareem. So, okay. But Brunson and I, scoring and assisting, that is something totally different. And that's why it's so unique in terms of what you're watching, because he can assist and then he scores. Curry was more just a scorer. So there are two different ways of doing it. Now, with Brunson and I being smaller, we cannot measure ourselves by this analytical category criteria that has been established in the basketball world that only fits and suits the 6'6" and above player. So if you're 6'6" and above, these analytical numbers and criteria fit you. But if you're trying to win as a small player, we cannot play to that criteria of statistical analyzation. So we need to figure out how we can win without being measured by the 6'6" and above guy. And Brunson has settled into that. So I've done it. He's trying to do it. Curry did it at 6'3".
Yeah.
That's a great way to put it. I want to ask you about the other side, the San Antonio Spurs, and specifically Wemby. We've called him the face of the league, the best player in the league. Have we jumped the gun a little bit with some of the titles and the accolades, or are we just excited because we can see the potential and things to come?
So this won't be the first time we jumped the gun, Lou. Real talk now. Real talk.
Sure.
We jumped the gun when Kareem was dominating the league, and then MJ came along, and he hadn't won a championship yet, but he became the face of the league, and we saw the potential in him, right? And I do believe, like in '88 or '89, y'all was calling him the GOAT and everything else, and he surpassed Kareem. Now, what we see in Wemby is another one after LeBron. We got another face that can come that we can say, hey, this one got a chance to be something different than any of us. Jordan had a chance to be something different than any of us. So we saw that, hey, man, he could possibly be the best one to ever do this. So he wasn't like us. He was on a different level, right? And then LeBron James came along. In y'all era, all of y'all knew, like, LeBron he was on a different level than y'all, right? So he became the face. And then now with Wemby coming, you're looking at Wemby and you're saying, he ain't like no other big man we've ever seen. We've never seen a big man like this. So consequently, we get to say, face of the league, he's going to be the one, and it's all legit. Now, what makes him even more special is he's an international player. And Boogie and I was just in India, so we got a great feel for the international stage right now. Wemby being an international player, the league trying to be global or has gone global, it only inspires more players around the world to try to pick up this game. So I'm giving it to him, face of the league.
Isaiah, I want to ask you this too, because we had 3 former players from your generation in the last couple of weeks give their top 5 of all time, and I know everyone's list is different. Everyone has a different GOAT. None of them had LeBron James in their top 5. Like, what is the disconnect there between LeBron and these guys? Because I don't get it.
Jealousy. I'm
like, not top 5. Give me a break.
No. On the real, y'all know I don't mess around, right? I'm calling it out. Guys are jealous. They get envious. Y'all bring them on the show, then they want to talk about, what they did or what somebody else, and then they intentionally ignore the obvious, right? And when you intentionally ignore the obvious, then it has to come back to some jealousy or envy or just some straight up BS. Now, this man got every basketball record on the books, and he ain't in your top 5. You full of shit.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
Fair.
Simple.
I mean, I even agree. That's fair. By the way, talking about fans really quickly in this one, because 80s, 90s, you guys, there's some ruthless fan bases out there y'all faced on the daily, and we're currently watching this Knicks fan base absolutely lose their minds. They're expected to infiltrate the arena down here in San Antonio once again tomorrow. Make the case whether or not, are they the worst, best? It's funny, depending on what side of the fence you're on, are they the worst or the best fans all around? But what do you make of these New York Knicks fans?
I think what we're watching, you got to put them as, some of the best. I think, Detroit, Chicago, Boston, New York. I mean, what we're seeing, New York is on steroids because they're so starved, right? So it's a different kind of, passion that we're seeing. The other fan bases, we do the same tricks, like we, our fans, stay at the hotel, pull the hotel alarms, and they didn't throw eggs, they threw coins.
That's not nice either.
But in Boston, we got the same treatment, and that's part of it, right? That's a part of it. But I think what New York has, it has a hunger and a passion that no other basketball city has, because it's been starved for so long, and they wanted it. I mean, the passion in New York is it's on another level, and I love seeing it, and I love seeing them celebrate this way, because they haven't had it, and we hope they get it, but at the same time, you don't want it to be at the expense of San Antonio losing historically the way they did.
Yeah, Isaiah, I disagree. I don't want them to win anything at all, ever. But we can just disagree on that one. That's totally fine. I want them to win. Can I?
Well,
Charles
you like
Oakley,
a
by the
real
way.
fan. I mean, that's
true.
why I'm down. I'm down with you because you a real fan. You like, I don't want nobody around. I'm eating my Hostess ho-hos. I'm I'm by myself. I'm doing my thing, and I can't be with nobody. I get that. I get that. So but at least you let people know. I don't like the sneaky people, and the dirty people who, I'm with you, and then behind your back they stabbing you, And
yep.
we get a lot of that in the NBA. So when y'all bring these guys on y'all show, call out the BS. Don't let them sit there and talk, crazy, man. Because,
Yeah, Lou.
Our game needs. It needs.
Lou just catching us straight.
It needs integrity.
I agree, though.
It needs all this VS. It's too much. And Lou, Chandler, Boogie, y'all know exactly what I'm saying here. It's a 100%. Lot of guys that just so full of BS. Y'all bring them on these shows and they just talk straight garbage, and then they walk right off the show and they have a totally different opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't like that, by the way. Can I tell you one thing that sort of it bums me out a lot is the Charles Oakley situation, that he's been banned from the Garden, which is absolute immature insanity. But he's still out there throwing watch parties down in Atlanta. I heard him just this morning on the radio, bought tickets to the game for tomorrow. He'll be here in San Antonio for Game 5. Like, he still lives and breathes. What do we make of the fact that, come on, man, lift the ban on Charles Oakley, for goodness sake?
Oakley in... when we say above our pay grade, Beadle, this is above our pay grade. It's different when you have a problem with the player. We can work that out. But when you got a problem with the owner, that's on another level.
It's never going to get lifted. If they win, it'll never get lifted.
No, that's on another level.
Man,
that's on another level.
I hate it. Well, we'll see tomorrow.
Who was one of the hardest fan bases you played against back in your day?
Boston Celtics. No, it ain't no question. We had to bring our own water because we couldn't order room service. They was pulling the alarms. We had to walk outside 4 a.m. We go into our locker room. The heat was off. I mean, the air conditioner was off. It was heated up. The showers were cold. Boston had all the tricks. Oh, yeah. You walk out on the floor, they calling you every name, mention everything. I mean, but it made you want to beat them, and it made you so tough. I mean, they
pissed you off, yeah.
Well, it just made you want to go into your stuff and get them. Like, okay, and to beat them in Boston, was like overcoming the biggest obstacle we ever had to face. But they taught us so much, and every time you hear us talk about being a champion, we give so much credit and so much respect to the Boston Celtics for not only beating us, but also teaching us. I mean, we learned along the way, but they were great mentors and teachers, and we never would have become champions. I never would have been a champion without the help of the Boston Celtics.
Zeke, like when you would leave Boston after a game, you would fly commercial, and would there be the fans on the same flight as you guys?
Dude, when we would try to leave Boston, they would shut the airport down. Logan Airport would not let a flight take off after 10 o'clock if it was the Detroit Pistons. So a lot of times, yes, a lot of times we couldn't get out. So that was part of the thought of, getting your own plane and being able to fly and get back and rest. Because Boston had all the tricks and they used them. I mean,
this was citywide.
That's next level, bro. Wow.
I mean, I absolutely loved them for that. I mean, they made it so difficult for us to win, and they did every little trick that they they could possibly pull to help them win, and we was writing it all down. Yep. Remember that. Got it. We gonna use this on the next team we play.
Right. That's where that culture come from. If a team do something, you hear the security guys like, "Hey, write that down." Right there. When they come see us, they got to go through this. That's where they
100%. And
fans,
that makes you better.
We got to up our game, fans. If you're listening, we are really slacking because that is not on a level I don't even comprehend.
Now they're just throwing eggs at players' heads going to their hotel.
We got to be better.
You want the egg or you want the pennies?
Beadle, you down 3-1.
I know.
You ain't throwing no eggs. You ain't putting up fire alarms. You're not making it. Your is very nice to play in. You're giving them, tacos and everything else, and free fajitas and all that.
Hold on, Isiah. Are you sending me? Are you sending me a subliminal message of what I should do? Because I'm getting it.
No, I don't send subliminal. I come straight at you. I just told you. See,
all right, if I get arrested, you're my first call. Call Isiah.
That has been my problem over the years. I'm not subtle. So I just, boom, and you know exactly where I'm at and where I stand. I don't play games.
No, and I appreciate it very much, by the way. I want to talk real quick, MJ and the NBC. First of all, the MJ and the NBC thing this year was actually comical. I will always think it was comical. People got real excited about it. He was going to do a bunch. But I did like the idea of the NBA just having MJ and other legends. Like, how do you feel about the idea of bringing in more legends and having them be more involved on a more daily basis?
Only if they're going to be 100% honest and not promote this BS. Tell the truth about the game. Give our game truthfully, honestly, and factually to the fans, so they can continue to learn and grow and love our game. But the way our game now is being talked about in some ways, it's very mythical, right? It ain't real. Like, we still calling his game the flu game, and they know he didn't have the flu, but they promote it,
Fair.
Right? They promote it, and then they historically, get into it, right? So I'm just down for honesty.
I like that.
And telling the truth about what it is that we're seeing. So if NBC is going to bring back people to talk about the game, bring the folks who are going to be honest and tell the truth, not this BS.
It looked like he cares about NASCAR more than the league at this point.
Oh.
Say that one more time.
I said it looked like he cares about the NASCAR and doing his thing over there than what's going on in the NBA at this point, I would say.
I'm gonna give him a lot of grace for his ability. I think two things can be true at the same time. I think he cares about NASCAR, and I do think he cares about the NBA. Now, what I would hope is that, when they bring people on to talk, tell the truth and fact check, right? Don't fact check is important. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Fact checking is hard to do. We know this. By the way, Chairman CEO of Isiah Enterprises, and also very importantly to me, how's the champagne doing?
Ooh, champagne is killer. I just rolled out kosher champagne, right?
I mean, I can't. Yeah.
I mean, I know, me either, but I'm like, they asked me to make a kosher champagne, and I said, I don't know if I can do it. But once I figured out how to do it, we rolled it out, and we just rolled it out for Passover a couple of months ago, and it's taken off, doing well. Got to deal with wine, so get you some kosher too. It's all right.
We'll try anything. Chandler will drink it all, so we're good there. We always love having you on. Enjoy however long the rest of these finals last, and we'll talk soon.
Appreciate it, OG.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Love y'all, and thanks for having me on. And Boogie, man. Dude, you don't want that shit?
Run it up, run it back.
Got about a minute left, gentlemen. Check this out. That's a big number back down there. All right. Anybody want to take this one away?
25.
Who's saying what?
I think Wham go get 30. I don't know about that OG 25 ball though.
I don't either. That might be the
that's
killer.
the one that that's the only one that I'm a little hesitant on. But man, I love that plus 1850.
Me too. Mama likey.
I don't know. Maybe the night's tonight. I don't know. But if OG go get 30, that take my thoughts down about Brunson in the 2.5 threes though.
Stop. We're overthinking. Who's taking who?
Come
Who's
on,
got Spurs?
Spurs.
Who's got Knicks? Okay.
Give us the series, Spurs.
It's okay. One.
I need
Lou.
a series as well. I want this to keep going. I need the Spurs to win.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're wishing it into existence. Lou.
I went 5 straight games with the Knicks. I like where I'm at. I'm 3-1, so I'm gonna stay there.
How?
And you know what, Lou?
Personal.
I don't like
I ain't
it.
got a dog in the fight. I don't have a dog in the fight. That's just my thing, Beats. I'm sorry. Feel how you feel.
I am excited to go, and I'm also dreading it, and that I think maybe is a good thing.
Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself.